Thank you so much for tuning in to Awakening with Katina Love, your go to resource to learn about self empowerment, the law of attraction, creating financial abundance, and natural health. If you'd like to be a guest on this show, please send your requests to love@katinalove.com. Please like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel where there are over 85 shows to download for your listening pleasure. This is Inspiration Sunday, and our special guest today is Jacklyn Nicole Johnston. She is the author of Don't Feel Stuck and Law of Attraction Coach. She manages the Facebook group page called Manifested if you would like guidance on manifesting your dreams. Welcome, 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 Jacklyn, once again. This is our second show. How's it going?
Very good, Katina. Thank you so much again for having me.
You are welcome. You're welcome. So yeah, we connected on Facebook. We're both into law of attraction. I love all the things that you post on Facebook that
Thank you.
inspires us. I mean, it really is very uplifting and very positive. So thank you for that.
Thank you so much. I love to help people feel motivated and inspired. So thank you.
You are so welcome. So today we're going to talk about, I know you shared some things on Facebook that caught my attention. You like quite a few things that you've manifested, and I'm really big on manifesting. It's like so exciting to me that we can actually create things with our mind and draw them to us as long as we're in
Yeah.
alignment with those things that we desire. So I read your post about manifesting your soulmate, how you manifested a washer and dryer. I think that
Yeah.
was really cool. Um, how you manifested a car, and both of those without having to pay for them, which is really cool, right? It doesn't always take money to bring in the things that we desire into our lives. So
Mm-hmm.
you really inspire me. So I want
Thank
to
you.
ask you, how did you manifest your soulmate?
That is a really good question. I have been single for almost 10 years.
Wow.
It's been 9 years, and I I had some really bad relationships in the past. And so I decided almost 10 years ago that I was going to focus on myself and
Yeah.
heal from these bad relationships. And I did that. And then about, let's see, it was like around this time last year, I
Hmm.
had decided, you know what? I'm ready to get into a relationship with someone who is good for me and a healthy relationship. So I started journaling every single day through mindset journaling, which basically utilizes writing to like tweak your cognitive behaviors. Because
Hmm.
if you can train your conscious mind to think a certain way, you're also training your subconscious mind, and that's where a lot of your beliefs come in. So I journaled every single day. Every single day. I didn't
Wow.
even miss a day. If I had a bad day, I didn't care. I took the 5 to 10 minutes and I journaled. And I journaled this person, this man, and my ideal relationship. I journaled both those things as if I already had them, as if it was already in the present, and how thankful I was. And I went into detail. I went into specifics about not so much physical specifics. I didn't really focus on that at all. I focused more on his characteristics, his hobbies, what he does for a living, like
Hmm.
for, his passions. And I also focused on specifics about, our relationship and what we would be doing on the weekends and
Hmm.
how we would communicate with each other and whether or not we, craved, alone time. I just tried so hard to just be very specific. And, I wrote with conviction every single
Hmm.
day, and
Wow.
I did not worry about when it was going to happen. I
Hmm.
just focused on the fact that it was already in the present. And then a few months later, it literally happened.
Wow. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, and to be completely honest with you, which this is the amazing part to me. I this is like I can't even believe this. This is for real. You can really manifest. The most amazing part. about this is he is literally 99% of everything I wrote down in my journal.
That is so beautiful. Wow.
Yeah, I wrote down that I wanted a research scientist. I wanted to be with someone who worked in science and did research for a living. And
Mm-hmm.
he's a chemist and he's an inventor and he
Wow.
invented a lot of products that are sold at like Home Depot and Lowe's. And
Wow, that's
yeah,
great.
yeah. So that's why I say get very specific, but don't focus on the physical because
Yeah.
physical is not everything. But I
Mm-hmm.
will tell you, he is very handsome.
Really? So you got that too. Wow.
Yeah, I hit the jackpot with this one. I mean, really.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you.
So it's been almost a year. How are things going?
Well, we actually met each other 3 months ago. It's been almost a year since I started manifesting.
Oh, got
Yeah.
it. So
Yeah. So,
must be
but
going really well then, huh?
yeah, it's weird because both of us feel like we've known each other for years. It's almost,
Wow.
yeah, it's almost like that soulmate twin flame type thing going on, but everything just feels, in flow. Like we don't ever really feel like, you know, that we're having to compromise so much. It just kind of like it's a nice, calming, flowing feeling. And we talk for hours, which
Wow.
yeah, which is very important for me because I want a best friend,
Yeah,
and that's what he wanted too. And we actually met each other through eHarmony.
that is so cool. That is so great. I love that. I always like to hear
Yeah.
happy stories. So you
Thanks.
literally created this man. I mean, he was already here, of course, but I mean, you created everything you wanted in a relationship by just writing it down and thinking about it, huh? That's just great.
Yeah, I attracted it towards me
Yeah,
because law of attraction always states that like attracts like.
like attract like.
Yeah, and what you focus on expands. So I just focused on what I really wanted. I focused on what I wanted, not what I didn't want. And um, it's crazy that 99% of everything I wrote down is literally happening.
Wow. So there you have it, folks. How you wanna, if you wanna manifest your soulmate, a partner, whatever you call that. There you have it. You have
Mm.
what it is that you need to do, and it's not rocket science. It's just take some alignment and some discipline and belief, I guess, that you can
Mhm.
have the person of your dreams. So that's
Yeah,
wonderful.
thank you. Yeah, totally believe in it and take inspired actions. And my inspired action was I saw an eHarmony ad for like $20 for 3 months. And I was like, well, what do I have to lose?
Right?
So that was taking inspired actions towards what I was wanting. And even though I didn't like expect it, I just took a shot and wow, I got a blessing.
That's so cool. And that's so important, right? With manifesting, it's not being attached to the
Right.
outcome. Like, oh my God, I have to find my soulmate. I'm
Right.
40 years old. I have to. I have to get married. No,
Right.
just chill out and just let it flow, right? Just have fun with it.
Yes.
That is so cool. So let's
Thank
talk
you.
about some other things you manifested. Tell us about the washer and dryer. We did the show on how you manifested a car. If you guys want to go back and download that from the Awakening with Katina Love YouTube channel, go ahead and check that out. But yeah, tell us about the washer and the dryer.
Yeah, it was around the same time that I manifested my car. I I had manifested extra money, like a few thousand. It was $4,000 um,
Mm-hmm.
I had come to me, and so I decided, I really want a washer and dryer set. I've never had one before, and I'm about to be 35, and it was just like it's time to get a set. I'm tired of like using the apartment complexes.
I get it.
Yeah, yeah. So I said, oh, because I'm someone that I get scared about spending a lot of money, and that's a big purchase for me.
I get it.
So yeah, so when I sat down and thought about it, I was like, you know what? I was given this $4,000. Like this was a gift, and so
Yeah.
if I buy the washer and dryer set with it, that means it's a gift. So when I framed it that way in my mind,
Yeah.
then it made perfect sense. And I have to tell you, like you feel like a grown adult when you have your own washer and dryer in your home.
It's so cool, isn't it?
Yeah, it's so much easier and nicer, and I should have done it before, but that's okay. Good things come to those who wait, right?
Yeah, and it's all good.
Yeah.
So moving along, let's talk about your book. What inspired you to write your book?
I've always wanted to write, and I've always allowed my fears of how I would be received, how, people, what people would think about the book itself. And I just allowed that to stall me for so long. And I mean, even like years ago, my family members would tell me, like, you're a really good writer, you really should, you should do something with it. And when I was a child in elementary school, I won writing awards. So
Wow.
I knew that I was good at it, but I just allowed my fears to stall me and take over rather than following my soul's purpose. So I through my mindset journaling, which, it's not just, sitting down and writing, like, you ask yourself questions in
Mhm.
order to, like, dig deep and get to the root of your thinking and why you have these thoughts. Because usually if you can identify why you have them, then it's not so scary. So I
Mhm.
did that through the process of writing a book. And I figured out that, like, what's the worst that could happen? Somebody doesn't buy my book. Somebody gives me a bad review, but does it really matter what
Yeah,
that
who
person thinks?
cares?
Yeah. So after I did the mindset work and it took me like about 3 or 4 months of just writing every day to alter my thinking and really just come to the realization, like, I should do this. This is something I really want to do.
Mhm.
So I did it. I wrote it, and I got an editor, and I hired a book layout designer, and I published it. I published it on January 1st of this year.
Oh,
And
wow. Congrats.
yeah, it's a surreal feeling, and I know you have one too. So I know
Yeah,
you know how I feel, and I'm
it
so
feels
excited.
good.
Yeah, congratulations to you. I think that's
Well, thank
amazing.
you.
Yeah.
Congratulations to you as well.
Yeah.
Well, that's
So that,
awesome. Tell us
yeah,
about a little bit of it. Like, what is it about?
it's basically it's because I manifested so much stuff in
Oh.
2017. So I took all of my methods that I used for myself in my mindset journaling, and I put them into this book. So it literally takes you from learning how to uncover your limiting thoughts and beliefs, being able to release them, and
Mhm.
then you learn how to establish a newly positive mindset belief system, anchor it into your core, which is your soul, and
Mhm.
then you learn how to take inspired actions through, following your soul, and you're showing the universe what you truly desire, and therefore it helps speed up the manifestations, because I manifested so much last year, and I really
Wow.
do I really do think that by taking inspired actions and
Yeah.
listening to your soul's nudges, when you get that inspired thought, that's
Yeah.
your soul, like, nudging you along, like, do it, you can do this. And so that's what the book is about. It's taking the reader or the writer, because it's a journal workbook, and
Mhm.
it's showing and teaching this journaler to be able to take their power and learn how to use their soul and their mind to work with the universe, because they all work together simultaneously.
That is so amazing. Yes, yes, they do. Absolutely. Wow. So, is there anything else you want to share about manifesting? Like any other stuff you want to share that you manifested?
Yeah,
Anything?
well, I manifested. So I work with physicists, and I help them with their, like, they do a bunch of research, in science, and they work with the Hadron Collider at CERN in Geneva, Switzerland. And then they have some other projects around the world that they work with, and I help them, with their grant funding to make sure that they stay on track and we don't overspend.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, so I mean, just being around them, I've learned so much about particle vibrations.
Mhm.
And when you really stop and think about how wondrous this whole entire universe is, and
Mhm.
how, even though we look at our hand and it looks like a solid, concrete thing, it's really a bunch of tiny little particles that are vibrating all the
Yeah.
time. So if you think about it, our hand is actually an illusion, because it's a bunch of
I
air
heard that
with part
before.
with particles bouncing around. So
Dang.
it just got me really thinking about Abraham Hicks and how I learned about that, 3 years ago. And everything just kind of fits together. And
Wow.
so I just keep telling everybody, if you're having a rough day, don't give up, take it easy, take a rest, do what you can do to get yourself in a feeling good place. And don't give up on your dreams, because it can happen. I literally was not expecting this last year,
Mm-hmm.
but I am credited in a planetarium film that is narrated by Tilda Swinton
Oh,
with George
wonderful.
Lucas's music. And
That's
I was
amazing.
not expecting that. And that's why I say, like, that's why when you said, Katina, when you said, like, don't attach yourself to things, you're right.
Yeah,
Like, don't attach it, because the universe either gives you exactly what you want or something way better comes.
I love it.
Thank you.
Congratulations again. Wow.
Thank you.
Can it get any better?
Well, next month, yeah, kind of. Next month, we're having an event at the planetarium, and a Nobel Prize winner, a physicist, Nobel Prize winner, is coming to watch this movie. So,
Oh my God.
yeah, so it's just kind of it's amazing when you're so grateful for all the little things in your life, and then it's like, wow, there's another like wonderful, fun thing coming my way, and
That's
or
cool.
yeah. So I just encourage everybody out there, like, we're human. We all go up and down in our moods and our emotions. We all have bad days. Just don't dwell on it. Like, don't let it unpack and live in your head. Let it pass through you, just like a car would pass by you on the street. You don't run out in front of it and wave it down and expect it to just like stop all of a sudden. You allow it to pass by you, but you acknowledge it. So
Yeah.
I just tell everyone to start with that. Acknowledge your limiting feelings, your your negative thoughts, but don't allow them to unpack and like live in your head, because you are in control way more than you realize. And it takes practice. So just be gentle with yourself and love yourself and be kind to yourself, because you are so worthy.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I watched The Secret. This is how I got into Law of Attraction years ago. And I do remember one of the cast members saying, if you put your hand under a proper microscope, you can actually see
Mm-hmm.
like the particles like you were talking about earlier, like you can see that it's energy. And I'm just like, wow, that would be cool, wouldn't it? To be
Yeah.
able to see that. Have you had
Yeah.
the chance to see that microscope yet?
Me myself, no, but I do like to watch a lot of scientific programs, and then I read a lot about the universe. Ever since I was a little kid, my dream was to be an astronaut. I wanted to be an
Wow.
astronaut, and that didn't work out for me. And that's okay,
Yeah.
because the universe had something better in mind for me. And I still love to learn about astrophysics and physics in general. And I still get to work with physicists, even though I'm not directly doing the research with them. But I I learned so much through just watching science programs or reading about it. And I
Yeah,
just feel like knowledge is power. And, you
totally.
know, I mean, the universe is so phenomenal in itself. We don't know what started it all. And
Right.
I think if you keep an open mind about the fact that anything is possible, I think that is a very good key to open many doors for yourself and your life.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So what services do you offer?
So right now I have my Manifest It group on Facebook, and it's a free group. Every Friday I post mindset work for the group, so that way they can take the weekend and do some mindset journaling around the prompts that I give them, and then they can share what they've learned. And then if they have any questions, I'll answer them in there. And then I have two paid Facebook groups, and it's more in-depth coaching with me, more access to me. I give mindset activities more often in these two groups. One of them is surrounding manifesting your soulmate and your ideal relationship.
Hmm.
And the other one is just a general in depth coaching for wanting to manifest things in general. And we do Q&A sessions. So, I'm in there a lot. I answer questions. I mean, it's a lot of fun
Yeah,
to learn how people are progressing, and they give me feedback. And I'm so happy for people, because I feel like we all deserve to be happy in life. And
absolutely. Yeah.
yeah, and some people just might need a little bit of help, like fine tuning how to grasp the power that they have with their minds. And I just feel like if I'm able to be so blessed, I need to share this with as many people as possible. And that's why I did my book. But if some people really want more catered coaching, around what they truly desire and some of their blocks, that's why I have the two paid groups, because I really take the time to coach them, more personally.
Well, thank you so much. That's really awesome.
Yeah.
And again, your book, Don't Feel Stuck, it can be found on Amazon.com.
Hmm.
Is
Yeah.
there anything else you wanted to add to that?
It's available via paperback and Kindle.
Oh, great. Kindle, sweet. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for being a guest again on our show. I really do appreciate you.
Thank you for
You're
having me.
you're welcome. You've helped me so much on my journey, and I just want to say thank you.
Yes, and I want to say thank you so much to you, because I can tell you are just a beautiful soul and a wonderful light. And I'm just so happy that we've connected, and that you're in the group, and I could just tell like you're gonna go far, and I'm just so excited for
Oh,
you.
thank you so much. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Thanks, Jacqueline. So yeah, so we'll be in touch. I'm sure you're going to be a guest on the show again sometime in the future.
Maybe,
So
yeah, you never know.
yeah, I'm so happy we're connected on Facebook so that we can keep in touch that way. So yeah, if you guys want to reach out to Jacqueline, she's on Facebook. If you want to get in her groups, or if you desire to get coaching from her, she's available on Facebook. Thank you so much for tuning in to Awakening with Katina Love. Namaste.